no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season. Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. The storylines, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the inside info, and all the action on and off the field. Catch up with all your favorite sporting action live on Sports Hub every Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. right here on High Impact 102.1 FM.
All right, good evening and welcome to Sports Hub on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. It's an honor to bring you the latest stories making the rounds in the ever-exciting world of sport. Let's enjoy this ride together for the next 25 minutes or thereabout. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and I will be leading the line.
This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
I welcome you especially. And yes, it's been a week filled with so many actions in the world of sports. Talking about football, talking about tennis, talking basketball. And I tell you that's where the headlines will be from this evening. And there's a couple of things happening in the MBBF. Talk about the MBBF and Saga being 5-6. But then the Tigers have actually sent Nigeria to the Afro-CAN quarterfinals. And yes, Messi has triumphantly entered into the United States. Ons Jabeur once again has revenge at Wimbledon. And yes, this and many more will be discussing on the show together this evening. And definitely I will not be doing this all alone. I've got my main man in the studios with me, OG before IG. Damilola Akinlade is his name, or you can call him AD the real OG. Dami, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, great to be on the show. A lot to talk about. NBBF, obviously, number one on my list because, a couple of days ago, 2 days, on Monday, or on Tuesday rather, one of the Tigers basketball players said she was going to play for the Tigers again in her life. And she was citing a lot of unprofessional act, and stuff like that. And don't forget that on Monday, we're talking about how, a lot needs to be done with MBF in Nigeria. Even though the boys are doing so well in the African right now, I'm not so much of I'm not confident in the fact that they can take this run, and I'm praying they don't win because if they win, these problems will get eroded.
Yes, then they'll feel like they're doing something good. Right. Like everywhere is okay.
So all the best for the boys, but at the same time, I'm saying all the best for you guys at the same time. But good one. It's always nice to see that Nigeria wins something at one point in time. Looking forward to the show. Messi into Miami. Let's see how it do. Hopefully, it's gonna go and give those guys a run for their money right there. It's like taking a candy from a kid.
Oh well,
really. So
in the
Yeah.
words of Dami, taking candy
Yeah.
from a kid. But
Yeah.
then I just hope he's able to communicate, because the last time I checked, he was still trying to learn how to speak the English language.
No, that will not be hard for him.
Okay.
The guy is quick, so yeah.
But then you recall that the captain of this same side is a close ally to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But then when we get to that part of the show, we'll continue to
We'll
talk about
cross
it. And yeah, still talking basketball this morning. The Nigerian Under-16 basketball team will not be participating in the 2023 FIBA Under-16 African Championship despite qualifying for the tournament. And according to sources, the ministry couldn't provide the team with the resources to travel for what would have been Nigeria's second participation in the tournament. Meanwhile, the Tigers have sent Nigeria to the African quarterfinals with victory against Gabon. Nigeria, the Tigers beat Gabon easily on Wednesday afternoon 71-55 to go back on winning track. Angola overcame the Tigers in the second match, but they bounced back in the classification game against Gabon for a quarterfinal ticket for their second win after defeating Mali in the first game. And then after defeating Gabon's senior national team on Wednesday, the Nigerian squad recovered impressively to advance to the quarterfinals of the competition. Yes, the Tigers have beaten Gabon and now will be facing Angola. Hopefully we are able to cross this hurdle and then go ahead to win this tournament. But then, just like we mentioned, the MBBF, the Musa Kida-led ambition, they are not far away from, different sagas, just like that mentioned at the start of the show now. Like a particular player said she is not going to be representing Nigeria again because of lack of unprofessionalism, just as she stated it on her social media handles, saying that, you have to do tryouts in 3 different locations. Talk about Lagos, in Abuja, and
Chicago.
then in Chicago.
Well.
I mean, and these guys are professionals. There's a way you go about this. It's not until you put them together for some sort of tryouts.
I mean, obviously, with football we have camps. All right? We have camps where you call a crop of 32 guys to camp, and you trim them to 25 or 23 man squad.
Something like that.
Well, but nonetheless, the guys you call to camp, you call these guys to camp and say, "Hey, come and play this there." And the coach selects, out of that, 32 man, or is it 32? Yeah, 32 guys he calls to camp. He picks his final 23.
Yes.
And that happens. But of course, it's like saying that you have a team, you want to pick a team, and the guys. And the funny thing is that with women basketball, it's different with women basketball because the Nigerians that are popping in the end, like in the NWBA right now,
yes,
are they're Nigerians.
They are the soul.
They're the soul of the game. So you can you have these guys playing in your team already,
and you're trying to do tryouts
for
what exactly?
Like for what?
I mean, it's more like a slap on their face. Like
it's like telling the Ogumike sisters to come and try out. The Elonu sisters to come and try out as well. So I really want to understand what exactly what is in the head. Are they trying out for the under 15 teams or the under 17 team? I think it needs to be clear. Because honestly speaking, it's like literally saying, okay, yeah. For example, we know with football, you don't if you're not, in a proper, the politics happens, in Nigeria nonetheless.
Yeah, in a big
but
team,
if you don't play in
side.
the top flight team, even not a starter, in a top flight
You're
team,
not going to
you won't get called up. And even when you get called up, you're still subject to the camp. To the camp that the coach will finally trim, that's why we have a lot of players being called to camp.
Yes.
And they don't make the list in the end. That the contingent that will probably going to represent Nigeria in the foreign at the events that will happen.
Of course.
But bottom line is calling all our players to come and try out. Like players that already play for
established players
come and try out. And it's not just that the fact that these guys are not some Ahmed Musa. Oh God, please. These guys are not some players that that basically are warming the bench in their various clubs.
Teams, yes.
These guys day in day out they are posting numbers for their various clubs.
Yes.
I mean look at the lady that says for the Los Angeles Sparkles she posts numbers every game night.
No, for her to come out like that, she knows exactly what she's carrying.
What he's saying, and the thing is that we need to be very careful about how we do things, because a lot of times the talents we have, especially with the basketball in Nigeria, the talents we have are not homegrown talents. These guys have gone abroad, honed their craft, and then
they just add the levity of coming back to say yes, we want to represent our fatherland. This is my fatherland.
So the struggle is different. You can do that to Nigerian guys that know the struggle, I know the internal struggles. But with the foreign players, these guys
don't care.
They don't care. But they've gone to a place where they see how it works. They know how it works, and I feel probably that was the only thing that Gennaro got right when it was one of the Super Eagles. He knew how to deal, or he knew how to deal with foreign players.
Yes.
He knew how to get them.
He did his homework.
He did his homework. He knew how to get them. He knew that, when
but
it
then
comes
he didn't get everyone he wanted because of NFF.
And it's only politics, but you cannot doubt it that a crop of the boys we have in the current Nigerian squad now, I can all boys.
Yes. He really tried.
That's right. So he knew how to deal with players of foreign descent. He knew that these guys are not hospitable. I can somehow speak to them, and get them to come here. And it's quite dicey. And Nigerian football is different. We have guys who are local. We have a local thriving league. But in the NBBF is different. We don't have a thriving league locally. But most of the guys that we bring from, even the guys in the current African tournament, are playing in other countries.
Yes.
Are playing in Sudan, are playing in Cote d'Ivoire,
Rwanda.
They don't play in Nigerian league.
Yes. Nigerian basketball.
They don't play in Nigerian basketball league. Sure, understand?
Did you mention league?
You can do it for your local guys that you can probably just say, okay, what the guys?
Not from the guys from outside.
You know these guys, you know them. They are biggest of the biggest
so much work for the new coach now. Because when did they just announce that they've signed a coach? And then this woman is coming to meet this FT work. I mean, it's going to be a whole lot for her, but then hopefully she's able to cross.
If we're going to make headway in Nigeria, I think we need to completely depoliticize sport. Depoliticize it.
Well, I think that Nigerian sport and policies works hand in hand, because where you are going to know is when the issue of this Musa Kida led admission came up, and then we have two different basketball leading bodies. They were having one conference in a part in Delta State.
Obviously,
another one was somewhere else.
No, obviously, with administration, comes the administrative work. But when it comes down to the sport itself, down to when it comes to how the individual stakeholders now, I'm talking about the coaches, the staffs, are trying to do their work. It shouldn't be interfered with.
Okay, let's go away from basketball for a minute.
So leave your office and Abuja shenanigans to Abuja and go and be but when it comes to the team, leave the teams, let them be autonomous, let them function the way they should function.
Okay, in the words of Dami, let them function the way they need to function. Keep your face cap somewhere, because we know you're always on face cap. I'm not throwing shit, by the way. Alright, right about now we'll be heading straight into football. And yes, this evening we'll be talking about the Niger Super 8 and also the NWFL Championship. And then we'll be having one of our friends join us all the way from Ogun State. I'm talking about Vincent Onu. We call him Vikoko. We'll be trying to connect with him online and then hopefully get across to us. And then we can talk about the Niger Super 8. How it's been going. I mean, a couple of games have been played today rather. And then we've seen the likes of Joseph Atule scoring a brace for Lobby Stars there against a certain Aqua United, and then Rivers United won 1-0 against Yobe Desert. So yes, we have Vincent Onu on the line already. Vincent, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good evening. It's actually Victor, not Vincent.
Okay, Victor Onu. Welcome, Victor.
Good to have you.
Thank you for being a part of the show. So yes, this evening we'll be discussing about the ongoing Niger Super 8. I mean, it's been a tournament filled with a lot of glamour and everything in between. I mean, it feels like football is coming back home right now in this part of the world. And then we've been seeing a couple of upsets to talk about the People's Elephants being knocked out already in the in the group stages, and then we're seeing the likes of the Desert Boys also going back to the to the desert to continue their party with the Sands. I mean, what's your take on the tournament so far?
All right, so the Niger Super 8, of course, is a fans-driven tournament, like we all know, and the aim of the competition is to ensure that fans in Nigeria, football lovers in Nigeria, fall in love with the local clubs, in the country. So, for me, since the playoff at the Ike Township Stadium in Akwa Ibom, we have seen some significant progress in terms of fans' participation in Niger Super 8. So let's don't forget the emphasis on fans' participation, fans' love for the game, fans getting involved with their various teams. And we call that every team that is taking part in this Super 8 is voted by the fans.
Yes.
Except for two teams that got white card entries from the organizer.
From every conference, yes.
Exactly. Sporting Lagos and Aqua United got white card entries. But overall, for the big boys in the Niger Super 8, it has been an avenue to check out some new signings. Look at Remo Stars.
Yes.
Some couple of signings already. Look at Lima as well. They just came back from their break, and they've been able to try to check out some players who have not been having the opportunity to play regularly. We look at things like Rivers United as well.
Yes, they won 1-0 this evening.
Exactly. These three teams, Eiba, Rivers United and Remo Stars, don't forget to be involved in the CAF competitions,
Yes.
CAF Champions League and the CAF competitions respectively. So this Nigeria Super 8 has been an avenue for them to sign up some new players, look at some new players, try out some new techniques and all. But for things like Sporting Lagos and Katsina United, I was privileged to be in Asaba last week.
Yes.
I was in Asaba for the Nigerian National League Super 8, and I saw these two teams play. Katsina United got promoted from the Northern Conference,
Yeah,
from the
NNL,
while
yes.
Sporting Lagos became the first team to actually gain promotion to the NPFL. For Sporting Lagos, they are just 2 years in existence,
Yeah.
and we can see what they are doing already.
Of course.
So for them, in this Super 8, they've been able to check out, how they can roll with the big boys.
Big boys,
For
yes.
Katsina United, they are led by their coach, Usman Abdallah. For Sporting Lagos, Paul Oppo is their coach. If you watch them play, they've been able to, try to achieve the, objective of cohesion among the players, both new signings and old signings in the Super 8. So overall, it's not been bad, except from few controversies about Sporting Lagos fans using
Yes.
the
Talking about noisy neighbors now.
Well, it's not been bad. It's been impressive. Hopefully, we can see the sponsorship
Yes.
that the Super 8 was able to attract. Hopefully, we can see the sponsorship in
In the Nigerian Premier League as
well.
well. Yes, I tell you. And then talking about the new cards, rolling with the old cards, you can tell exactly from the Group A team now that team now you already have 2 newly promoted sides, talking about Sporting Lagos and Katsina United, making it through to the next round of this current Nigeria Super 8. And then in the second group where you have Lobby Stars and Rivers United making it through. So it's now as though you having 2 newly promoted sides up against the old cards, and then hopefully we'll be seeing something great from these boys in the course of this competition.
But it's not confirmed yet. The Katsina United and Remo Stars have to play tomorrow.
Yes.
So what they need tomorrow is a point. They have to draw each other, and the 2 of them will progress. But if Katsina United beat Remo Stars beat Sporting Lagos by more than 1 goal tomorrow,
more than 1 goal.
Remo Stars still have a chance of qualifying. And if Sporting Lagos beat Katsina United by more than 2 goals, Remo Stars can still qualify. So it's not officially
confirmed
over
yet.
Tomorrow they have to just play draw Sporting Lagos, Katsina United, and they will join the likes of Aqua United.
Okay, right about now it's still a little bit mathematical right now. All right, away from that now, let's talk about the NWFL Championship now, and then the ladies who are looking to gain promotion into the Nigerian Women Professional Football League as well, the Premiership really. And then the particular team have been doing amazingly well for themselves. We're talking about the Ekiti Queens now in Group A of that particular one. I mean, they have only just dropped a point after match day 4 today. And then in Group A, we have the Ekiti Queens who are actually leading that place. And then in Group B, the Lakeside Queens are doing amazing for themselves as well. I mean, it looks like both the male and female football in Nigeria now, we're seeing a new turn of events now, and then everyone is just gearing up, to make a name for themselves when it comes to this footballing scene right now in the country.
Yeah. Interesting. Can I respond now?
Are you with us? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
All right, so...
Can I respond now?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so for the Nigeria Women's Football League Championship playoff, we have 2 groups made up of 12 teams. In Group A, we have Ekiti Queens, Pelican Stars, Danas Ladies, Crystal Ladies, Quora Ladies, and
Mojo Queens. Yeah.
Unfortunately for Ekiti Queens, they've been unbeaten before today.
Yes.
They lost to Danas Queens in the Kenneth. Unfortunately, also in Ogun State, closer to Kenneth, to see these girls play.
They lost 3-0 this afternoon.
To Ghana's Queens today, so your unbeaten one has come to an end. They top their group with 9 points, but right now
the Danas are leading now. Yes.
Danas Ladies also have 9 points, so it's very, very tight because only one team from Group A can progress to the Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership. Only one team can qualify, and it's very, very complicated
as it sounds. Yes.
Stars also beat Quora Ladies 2-0, so we have 3 teams.
They are on 9 points as well.
The Queens, Pelican Stars, and of course, Danas Ladies, they have 9 points. So the final game in Group A will be on Friday. So it means that we're having a couple of finals on Friday in this particular group. For Group B, we have Lakeside Queens. Don't forget that Lakeside Queens are now owned by the owner of Remo Stars. Is the owner of this club as well. Should I say, we witnessed the shocker for today. The bottom of the group team, only Badgers FC in Group B. They beat Lakeside Queens today 3 goals to 2. That was the upset of
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. No one saw this coming because Lakeside were just giving a bonus of 500,000 naira yesterday for winning their
for the
game.
feats they've been able to achieve.
Exactly. So right now, Lakeside Queens are on 9 points. Prince Kazim, Eletu FC, the women's team, they were held by Delta Base. It finished 1-1. And now Prince Kazim team lost the opportunity to close the gap with Lakeside Queens. Sunshine Queens as well lost to Imo Strikers, if I'm correct with that. Sunshine Queens lost to Imo. I beg your pardon.
No, they won.
Imo
They
Striker
won
Queens.
2-1. They won
Imo
2-1.
Striker Queens.
Yeah.
Sunshine Queens won 2-1 in that game.
They won 2-1. So right now, it is Lakeside Queens on 9 points.
Yeah, Sunshine Queens on 9 points as well. Then the Prince Kazim on 7 points right now.
Exactly. So in Group B, you still have to wait till Friday to determine who will be able to qualify to the Nigeria Women's Football League Championship. So it's very, very interesting. It means that the women's football at the lower level is very, very competitive.
More than the Premiership.
Everything wants to make a point, but only 2 teams can get promotion.
Yes.
I just hope that on Friday there will be no officiating controversy. Football will be the winner.
All right. Thank you, Victor, for joining us on the show this evening. I mean, it's been amazing having you around us. And then hopefully next time when we call to call on you, you'll definitely be able to echo onto our call.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the show. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, that's that about the Nigerian Professional Football League. And away from Nigeria right now, let's talk a little bit of boxing before we close it on the show this evening. Yes, the Gypsy King himself, Tyson Fury, will not fight for undisputed this year and will rather take on Cameroon's Francis Ngannou. Yes, this was disclosed yesterday. Francis Ngannou, a former UFC champion, will face Tyson Fury in his upcoming bout on October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And since Ngannou joined Fury in the ring after the WBC heavyweight champions knockout victory over Dillian White at Wembley Stadium last April, there has been talk of a crossover fight between the two. Street judges will be at the ringside using 10-point must system as the fight to determine who is the baddest man on the planet to follow the regulations of professional boxing. Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Dami.
I mean, a big matchup if you ask me. One thing, if there's one thing I know, those are the kind of fights that Fury lives for. Those are the kind of fights he looks forward to.
He wants to show why he's the baddest.
He wants to show why he's the baddest, and also Fury likes to make noise. Just as he does in the ring and after the ring, he likes to make that. He likes to make that noise. Anything that will get. We saw how he was embroidered in the noise about himself, and a Joshua fight
at the point in
time when
Deontay Wilder.
So he likes Fury lives for that noise. He likes the noise. He likes and it's probably one of the reasons why he has stayed. He has stayed so relevant in his career because the fact that it's not just a noise maker in the ring, but also he comes out. He talks a big game. He wants to take on big fights. He's challenging people to say if you are good, come face me in the fight. Come face me in the fight. He talks a tough game, and it's really nice. October 28th. I'm so happy that this year alone we're going to be seeing a lot of fights. Before the end of the year. Usyk fight is going to happen between two boys. Joshua fight as well within the month.
Almost the same time with AJ
as well. Now on October as well. We're also going to be seeing another bout. Between Ngannou and of course Tyson Fury. One thing, of course, we saw the exit of Ngannou from the UFC. Over many.
He wanted more. Oliver Twist.
No, apart from wanting more. I mean, I think both until we still don't know the full story. If we're being truthful, because Ngannou says something. UFC and then Rose comes out and says something else, which is actually funny because he has the name of a woman and he comes out and his name it baffles me every time. Then when I hear Dana Rose, I'm like, okay, this is a lady, and he comes like, okay, and he's a man, it shocks me every time. But nonetheless, put on the story. Ngannou said he wants more, he wants more protection for athletes in and he's not wrong. He's a champion, he's undisputed.
He left as the
undefeated. He's what he sought, and he says, I want more. I want this. Safety in his own words, safety for players and everything. UFC is saying that they could not come to terms. God knows why they could not come to terms.
And
God
then he
knows
had to take his L and leave.
Take his level and leave. Of course, I know you're trying to go far into boxing. Can he hold his own? Boxing is a different terrain. From it's not the first time we're seeing that kind of fight happen. We saw what happened between McGregor as well as McGregor
Conor.
Conor McGregor, and I think it was also Mayweather at some point in time as well. They had a boxing bout outside crossover boxing bout as well, from UFC to boxing. Will this happen? Are we going to see a victory? Ngannou. One thing I know for sure, Ngannou is a hard puncher. But
one thing is pound for pound. These guys are different because a certain Gypsy King is weighing up to 270, while Francis Ngannou is weighing a little above 180.
What I'm saying in the end is down to Ngannou is a very, very hard puncher. But like I said, it's a different ball game. It's not UFC. In the boxing ring, you can't do takedowns. You can't throw kicks. Even there's a way to how you punch. You can't punch below the belt. All these are all
so
there.
many rules
to get. So it's gonna go down to. I hope this will not count. It's gonna be like a hard crossover. But I expect that this fight has probably been in the talk for over a long time now. So I'm sure he's doing the preparations right. He's working out. He's doing who will win in the end? Like I always say, man, let the better man win. But I call dibs. I call dibs on Gypsy King. But I'll not be surprised, if a Stanley Ngannou comes out because he's a very, very hard puncher, and I'm glad Fury is going to have a very, very interesting evasive game. It has to be a very, very interesting invasive game in that matchup. If he doesn't have an invasive game and he takes one of those punches from Ngannou, it might be lights out. It might be light out for the Gypsy King.
Okay, hopefully we get to see the Gypsy King coming out to do it all against a certain UFC champion as well. And then the fight between Ngannou and Fury means there will be no unification in the heavyweight division. Usyk, a Ukrainian, also had hoped to fight Fury in December, but is now scheduled to defend his championship against WBA mandatory challenger Daniel Dubois in August. Hail from boxing and let's talk football. Al Nassr have been banned by FIFA from registering new players for failing to pay add-ons owed to Leicester as part of the Ahmed Musa deal between 2018 and 2020. Musa triggered a £390,000, talking about 460,000 euros in performance-related add-ons which are yet to be paid despite Court of Arbitration for Sport ruling in Leicester City's favour. And while Ahmed Musa was being quizzed about that particular one today, he came out to say this is not a big deal. Al Nassr has already communicated to FIFA that this issue originated before PIF took over the club and they will pay the said amount owed to leave the suspension, and then they'll be able to register players as usual. Al Nassr did fail to comply with the ruling, resulting in the registration ban.
I mean, honestly, what I see is a case of I want to say two ways.
Okay.
Oversight and also a case of witch hunt. Of course, it has been in the news. Don't forget the fact that there have been clamors in British media about how, in fact, Gary Lineker also put out a post on his podcast.
Even a certain Gary Neville as well. All of us top English broadcasters.
They need to put a ban. They are on level. They are uneven in the playing field.
Snapping players from Chelsea.
Literally. So it might be a witch hunt, and to say that it's also like
an English club.
English team that's also comes in the camera as well. So yeah, it can be a witch hunt, on a part of English teams to try and get them to silence. Like, why this guy's buying? I mean, you bought a Ruben Neves who's most likely out of form, for close to like around 50 million pounds. I mean, I know we know you have this money. They've literally gone and plundered the Chelsea team, for Christ's sake. They've taken everybody that can is anybody in the English team, and I think like English, for once, the English league doesn't like it when the shine is taken off them.
Yes. They like to be in the limelight because they believe football is from them.
And so I'm feeling that this is just one of those attacks and trying to probably throw a straw in there. But honestly, just one team, for Christ's sake. We have Al Ittihad, we have Al Ittihad, and these guys are buying. These guys are buying. So I mean, it's just one club that you guys can hold right now. There are like a million other clubs that are also willing to spend that kind of money. Who are also government owned in Saudi Arabia. That are willing to spend
every one of them. I mean, like 4 of them are government owned, so they can do and undo.
That we need to spend that money, so it's just a blip or it's a speck of dust in the grand scheme of things. But like I said, oversight obviously. I mean, it's not to say that the answer come out to say that this is something that was not in our purview before.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure right now they have the owner will say,
yes.
Hey Habibi, hello, what's Rogers? I make the payment. How much? I give you 1 million. How many 1 million pounds? Settle. Then let the issue go. Hello, Infantino, what's going on? Okay, great. On the scene, I'm pretty sure that's been done already.
You cannot see anything like financial fair play with
this guy has the money to splash around, nonetheless. Well, of course, the concerns about them, uneven the playing field and not making it easy for making it hard for making it what making it uneven, you know, disrupting the transfer market. I don't really, I don't think it's a big deal in the sense that if you look at what they are trying to do with their own league as well, they're trying to get their league, you know, up to the standard of other leagues in the world, trying to get their league the attention that it deserves, you know, that they feel it deserves, because they've been working on their league for quite a while now. You know, they've been, and look at what, you know, does the signing of Ronaldo did for their league. He was able to get them, you know, viewing rights, get them, you know,
and they sold jerseys, merchandise.
People who are watching the Saudi league, you know, just because Ronaldo was
just
there,
to attract the interest.
You understand? And they've seen that it work. What can we do? Let's get
Imagine
more players.
A couple of players
Let's
go. I mean, Ronaldo said in an interview that if they give this particular league a couple of years, maybe like 5 years to this time, then they will be competing. They'll be competing with the major league.
Well,
not in the top 5. Yes.
In terms of publicity, they will be competing. But there's still a lot that has to do with football. I mean, football in that, like, technicality of football in that side is almost not, you know, it's still gra football in that side, nonetheless, you know, nonetheless. But yeah, with the kind of work they are doing, with the kind of interest that the government or, you know, the sport administration.
But then, you know, they have a couple of, you know, highly rated managers as well. A certain Nuno Espirito Santo is there in Saudi Arabia. A certain Steven Gerrard is there now too.
And that's what they are doing. They are doing better than the Chinese. Don't forget that the Chinese also, you know, did try to do this. They only got players. They are not getting the coaches. And these guys are doing different. And you know what? As we're getting players, we're getting the coaches, and these coaches are also coming with their own backroom staff. Not just them coming alone. They are coming with their own staff, and it's at the end of the day, it's an export. Yeah, it's an export of, you know, it's like specifically. That's why the British media is clamoring, because it's an export of talent from the UK. For 3 times the price, you know, to the Far East, and you know it's scary for them that, you know, this talent is leaving our leagues. So yes. that league, and they know what they are losing. I mean, at the point they started with the you know, players who are at their peak, like the 30, but then they just came around and then started signing 28, 25 players, and then everyone was just, you know, they bid for you, and then it's all gone. They are going on football pilgrimage. Definitely. So, like, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's if you look at what they're trying to do with their squad, I think other leagues should also emulate this. I mean, look at what the British league in its starting, they did not get the prominence they got because of the kind of football they played. Yes, of course. Because the kind of players that existed in their time. I mean, look at a certain time, you know, in the world where, you know, for you to get players, you have to go to the Brazilian league. Now, do you know one of the reasons why Brazilian league is, you know, it's one of the leagues that you look at in the world, because, you know, they always have export of players. As point of the starting Ronaldinho came out, the starting Neymar came out, the Cafu, Zero Beto, these guys were in that from Brazil, they all came from there. Starting players also came out from there. Santos, Corinthians. No, they was taking no stand. So the players are a big step to shedding light on the leagues in the world. Yes. And Saudi Arabia recognizes this, and they're doing, you know what, let's get these players to come to our side, let's make life comfortable for them. And we're going to get the same returns, you know. Talking about making life comfortable, I mean, I saw a particular video where Odion Igalo actually posted, and then you need to see the type of life these boys are living. The guy lives like I mean, see Ronaldo's apartments or see Ronaldo's mansion in Saudi Arabia, it's a country on its own. The laws of the country don't apply when it gets like once you enter Ronaldo's house, you're more likely in a subcontinent, autonomous continent. I need to go get my boots now. It's not too late to become a footballer. I can start from under 12. I mean, guys, if you Saudi Arabia, if you're listening right now, and you need a commentator, please, I can also, you know, talk about sports and everything. The Peter Drew of that. You get, I can do that for you guys. So yeah, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, and like I said, it's most likely going to be oversight, and like I said, maybe a witch hunt on to British media to get them to do some of the same things. All right, let's take this one before we come to bring the show to a wrap this evening. Yes, Scottish Premiership club Rangers have announced the signing of Mbatu Super Eagles defender Leon Balogun on a 1-year deal. Yes, Rangers announced in a statement that Balogun will play for the club from 2020 to 2022 as returned. Balogun becomes the 7th signing of the summer for Rangers. Yes, it is February helped Rangers to win the Scottish Premiership title in 2021 and the Scottish Cup in 2020. He also played a key role in their run to the Europa League final, which they lost to Frankfurt on penalties in 2022. Don't forget that Leon Balogun has spent a couple of times in the English Championship with club Queen's Park Rangers and also played for Hannover 96, Werder Bremen, Fortuna Düsseldorf and Mainz 05 in Germany. What a career it's been for Leon Balogun, by the way. Yes, a quick talk in tennis before we say bye tonight. Kyrgios dream run was ended by Russian Tosida Medvedev in a thrilling 5-set contest. Medvedev, who had never been past the last season before, beat the American 6-4, 1-6, 4-6, 7-6, 6-1. And now Alcaraz and Medvedev, who have both won major titles in the US Open hard courts, will attempt to reach their first finals of the Wimbledon grass when they play in the last four on Friday. And then in the other semi-final, Serbian second seeded Novak Djokovic, who is going for a record calling
8 men's title faces Italian 8 seed Jannik Sinner. Alcaraz and Rune are seen as two of the hottest prospects in the men's game, with expectation increasing. They can build an exciting rivalry in the coming years. And yes, in the WTA, defending champion Elena Rybakina lost the Wimbledon quarterfinals as Ons Jabeur avenged her defeat in the last set final. 6-seed Jabeur came from a set down to win 6-7, 6-4, 6-1 in a reverse of the match 12 months ago. And the Tunisian cleaned the second set with a timely break of serve at 5-4 and then dominated the decider. Jabeur will then play Aryna Sabalenka in their semi-finals on Thursday after she powered past Madison Keys. Belarusian second seed Sabalenka beat the American 6-2, 6-4, keeping alive her quest to win a first million title and replace Iga Swiatek as world number 1. I mean, what a big miss it was for Iga Swiatek this time around. World number 1 is actually out of this major opens.
I mean, tennis is a sport of upsets. You know, in fact, from the first round, you are seeing people taking out. Andy Murray was one of them. You know, the British trio was one of them. Cameron was one of them. You know, Iga Swiatek, I wasn't expecting her to feel like to leave out. Or to go out, but like it leaves the road clear for Rybakina now. The woman has been on the rise in the last couple of games. So what she did in the Miami Open as well. You know, let's see if she can actually power through this particular one in Wimbledon. But yeah, so sad for Swiatek. We should be giving up our world number 1 position.
Yes.
No, let's see.
Well, she will have to wait for the US Open by the way. But then I'm very, very much interested in the matchup of the men's semi-final by the way. Alcaraz and Medvedev, Djokovic and Jannik Sinner. But guys, this is how much we'll be able to take on the show this evening. A big thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show today. We really do appreciate it. We do not take it for granted. And a major thank you to Damilola Akinlade for being a part of the show today.
Big thanks for having me, my man.
It's always a pleasure having you here, bro. Join us tomorrow morning for Sports in a Jiffy at 10 a.m. And don't forget that Dash runs every weekday, while Sports Hub returns on Saturday at 2 p.m. I beg your pardon, 2 p.m. on Saturday, Sports Hub returns. And I tell you, it's going to be 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and interviews. I tell you, the Sports Hub will be here for you, and then we'll be dissecting every major stories together on the show. Ayodeji Ajiboye signing out this evening. Do make sure you stay sporty and have a nice night. Bye.
The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
The goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season.
A bit of uncertainty in the box.
Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Everywhere you go,
no matter where you go, I'll be your Zumba,
we're with you as